I got a letter from a young guy who was a freshman at the University of Illinois. He wrote me a letter telling me he wanted to be in the music business. I liked what he had to say. He flew to California on his own dime. I met him. I hired him. Today, he's the most important man in the history of the music business. His name is Irving Azoff, and that's why we're friends. We don't have any secret conspiracy. We're friends. We have common backgrounds. We're both from the Midwest. We're both Jewish. Yeah, we have common backgrounds, but we have no secret society. We're just friends, man. I gave the man his first job, and we've been friends ever since.
I appreciate you for answering that for us, man, and clarifying a lot of the misconceptions of you. Reading your book, man, your book really just opened up my eyes to a lot of things. Going back to the Dr. Dre situation where, he wasn't happy with the label, but I think you was at his office or his place, and he had ASCAP checks laying around all around, and he never cashed.
He just put them in a drawer.
About $75,000 here.
Yeah, I think it was $80,000, and this was 1988, man. So that's a lot of money, and he just had them. He just never even opened them.
As I recall, you asked him a question about it in the book. I guess he was set on whatever Suge put him on. The book really is an interesting read, man. You know what I mean? I recommend it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And, I wrote it to try and establish Eazy's legacy and to clean up my own reputation a little. So, I just told both sides of everything, and, just like on the back of the book where I had all these quotes and stuff. will.i.am said something nice. Irving Azoff. All these guys said nice things. And I asked Ice-T for a quote, and Ice-T said, I met Jerry Heller once and didn't trust him. So I put that there right along with the good stuff, man. So if people are going to believe you,
you
got to show them everything. You can't just take the good stuff and let them read all this good stuff about you, because everybody just doesn't have all good stuff.
Definitely right. Definitely right about that. Oh, man. Sound of Los Angeles Records. Solar.
Yeah, Solar. Yeah.
Were they hounding you for Dr. Dre before the Suge Knight even came in?
No. They, Dre got him. Suge got Dick Griffey and Wes Crockett interested in Virgil Roberts, interested in Dre, and then they went to Hank Caldwell at Epic and got them interested in making a deal. So I think that Suge was he was the one that he wanted to be Jerry Heller, he wanted to be Leor Cohn, he wanted to be Andre Harrell, and so that's he didn't have the talent to find those people on his own, so he did what he thought that he should do, and that's to take other people's assets.
Extortion.
Well, he didn't extort me, but I don't like what he did to Vanilla Ice was.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Do you speak to Vanilla Ice, or is he someone that?
I've never spoken to him in my life. And the funny thing is, no, I never met him. But the funny thing is that from the day that Ice Cube left Ruthless, I never have seen him again. I never saw him at a Laker game. I never saw him at a Dodger game. I've never run into him any place again since the day that he left Ruthless Records.
Let me ask you this: if you seen Ice Cube today, what would it be like? What would y'all have words, or would you, say anything to him, or do you think he would say anything to you if y'all ran into each other?
Well, if he was by himself, I know he wouldn't say anything to me.
Really?
But not a chance. So, but I don't know. I ran into Brian Turner over Thanksgiving. I hadn't seen Brian Turner since Ice Cube, went solo with Priority. I ran into him at Trader Joe's in Palm Desert, and we sat and talked for an hour and a half. He was with his wife. I was with my cousin who has a beautiful home down there in Rancho Mirage, and we stood there and just sat and talked for an hour and a half, and hugged and shook hands and stuff. And he said to me, the only thing that I dispute about your book is that you blame me for Ice Cube leaving. And I said, no, I think you read that wrong. Really what I was saying was that you enabled him to leave.
Yeah.
Because if you wouldn't have given him a solo deal, he couldn't have left. So, we were very friendly and nice. And if Ice Cube wanted to be friendly to me, then I would be friendly to him. Remember, he wrote No Vaseline, I didn't. And remember what No Vaseline says. How can you be a nigger for life crew with a white Jew like Jerry Heller telling you what to do, and I'm going to shoot that Jew in the temple? So that's a little tough for me to turn my back on,
Yeah.
It's not the same. When Dre left, it was all about business, and when Brian Turner, was just about business, Ice Cube made it a little more personal. When he starts attacking me and my religion, and my relatives that died in concentration camps in Germany, and it's just he put it on a whole different level.
He changed the whole outlook on it. And how's your relationship with Ren and Yella? Like, do you still talk to those guys?
I've only seen Yella once. I haven't seen Ren at all, and I've only seen Yella once. I saw him he and Animal, who was one of my bodyguards, did some kind of cooking thing at this club. But I see now that Yella is starting to say things about I got fired and this and that, stuff that he knows nothing about, just because he's trying to be friendly again with Dre and Cube and hoping that they'll put him in the movie. Otherwise, that's the only reason.
Oh man, that's crazy right there.
Well, he goes with the wind, man. He blows with whatever way the wind blows. That's the way he blows. Yeah. And something? It's too bad because he was a big part of Dre's production process in those days.
Wow.
Yella's a very solid guy in the studio. He's very solid, man. And he was part of the production process, and he was part of the success of Ruthless.
That's crazy.